Hello and welcome to the William the Orange Guy deedown project showcase. This is an automatic Spotify to Deezer playlist updater, and it downloads our tracks with dmix. As you can see here, it's built with Python, batch file, and shell. So what happens with this program is that it has an easy-to-use CLI, converts playlists from Spotify to Deezer, updates playlists, downloads songs using dmix, and downloads cover art, as well as automatically sorting music files. So you can download the source code here to run the CLI scripts from the command line on Windows and using the Windows subsystem for Linux. Now, in order to run deedown, you must install the following. So Windows 10, version 1903 or higher, a text editor, which is Visual Studio Code, Windows subsystem for Linux, Ubuntu, Kali, or Debian image from the Microsoft Store for the Windows subsystem for Linux, Python 3, and then the following packages at these versions. So Erwid, dmix, DeezerPy, DeezerPython, Certify, Chardet, HTML5 lib, IDNA, Python dateutil, pytz, request 6, URL lib3, and web encodings. You also need a Spotify account with your playlists on it and a Deezer account to move your playlists to. So you can start by downloading and installing all of the things that I have linked here. Then you're going to extract the downloaded zip file from the code and start by running the command prompt command pip install -r requirements.txt. Then what you're going to do is go to the Windows subsystem for Linux terminal in that same folder and run pip3 install -r requirements.txt. Then you can create a new Deezer application from the Deezer developers website using the following information. So deedown, domain is going to be localhost. Redirect URL is going to be localhost 23412/authfinish. And then link to the terms of use for whatever you want to use. And then your description can be whatever you want it to be. Then you're going to edit the secrets.py file in the deedown directory. And you can replace the values that are in ellipsis between the single quote with the information here. So your application ID will be your Deezer client ID in the secrets pie. Your secret key is your Deezer client secret, and your Deezer user ID is your Deezer user ID. Now, if you want to also download your liked songs, you need to go to Spotify, select your liked songs, and add them to a playlist. Now, you should add them into groups of 50 songs, as selecting more than 50 songs at a time will cause Spotify to miss them. Now, your playlist can be up to 10,000 songs, but hopefully you don't have more than 10,000 like songs. Now, open a new command prompt in the base folder where you extracted the deedown and run the first command one_playlist.command. What this will do is it'll take all of your Spotify playlists and save them in a JSON file to send that to Deezer. This will take a long time, so you should be prepared for that. Now open a browser, head to your Deezer account and click on Playlists, which is also on the left, and open the to_download shell script in a text editor. With this, you can copy all of your Deezer playlist links into that text editor, and then you can change the bitrate or type of file downloaded from either 128 to FLAC or 320, depending on your needs. Personally, I find 128 is a nice balance between sound quality and file size. Now, you can open the Linux shell from the Windows subsystem for Linux in the main deedown directory and run /2_download to let the tracks download. This may take a long time depending on how many things you have. Now, if you need your ARL from Deezer, go to Deezer, press F12 on your keyboard, then click on Application, select Cookies, select the Deezer.com listing, and in the filter box search for ARL. Then copy the code with the ARL and paste it in there. Audio files are downloaded into the folder download/DWN, sorted by playlist. And if you want to move them to your music folder, run 3_move.command from the command prompt, and it'll move them all right over to there. If you need any support with this more difficult task, you can start a Github discussion or hit us up on our Discord. Now, there's credits here. So it's built in partnership with GitLab, the Python Software Foundation, PyInstaller, Spotify, and Deezer. Also uses the Spotify backup script from Casey Chu, the Spotify playlist to Deezer project from Thomas, and the Spotify to Deezer project from Stefan Dworshak, as well as the dmix project. It's licensed under the GNU General Public license, which you can find in the repository by clicking the button here. So if you want to save this project or for other things, you can star it here, or you can fork the repository on GitLab. Now, this project is available with GitLab and GitHub. However, the GitLab page has all of the code. The GitHub page does not. So if you want to download it and run it on your own, you should access it via the GitLab page. So I have opened the deedown project in my preferred editor, Visual Studio Code. And so we can see each of the scripts and dive into what they do a little bit more. So this is our first script, the one_playlist.command. So what this one does is it starts by removing the playlist files. So these are the original files from before. So it's starting with a new base every single time. Then it's going to move to the deedown program file and run the command ubuntu python 3 get playlist.py. So this will run the command to grab all the playlists, and then it'll remove any of the leftover files. And now it will take the playlist URLs to the second script, and then run the second script from Ubuntu to download the music. Now this might not seem like very much, but everything is right here in this line here, which takes all the playlists automatically from your Spotify account and moves them to Deezer. Now we can move on to our second page here, the download script. So what this script does is it runs in Bash, and it takes this list of playlists here, which are my personal playlists, and moves through this list and downloads them at 128-bit rate. So for each of the ones in the playlist list, which is right here, it'll put them at 128-bit rate. Now we can move on to our final file, our move command here. So what this does is it'll use the robocopy command to move everything from downloads deedown music to music demix music. So it takes everything from your downloads folder and moves it to your normal demix music folder. So if you enjoyed this program, want to use it, make sure you follow the steps on the GitLab page, and you can start by moving your Spotify music to Deezer and then downloading it all for yourself to take it offline with you wherever you want to take it.